I swear to God, as soon as I sit down, as soon as I like get it in me to sit down to like film, my neighbors know it, because then they're like, oh, hey, let's do the most obnoxious thing that we possibly can. That's when they know to do something that's gonna knock the will to live right out of me. Why am I channeling Ratatouille right now? Why do I look like Rasputin? So I didn't sleep last night, but I did get a little bit of a nap before I sat down to film this. Today we are doing a craft inspired look. We're going to be doing a Nancy look, a villain who is a villain that we all love to love. I did a little bit of research before this. And by research, I mean that I looked up other people's interpretations of Nancy's makeup. And I gotta say that it was a lot of people doing too much. A lot of people, my lips are so fucking crusty. Like, oh my God, bitch. I know that I never drink water. I know that I have been living on Diet Pepsi for days and energy drinks and not touching water, especially because I've been scrolling on Instagram and seeing these welcome to Ohio, the two things we have to offer. We're the home state of the Paul brothers, and there's lead in our water. Anyways, that was a lovely reminder seeing that ad. Anyways, what the fuck was I talking about? What was I talking about? I can't even remember. Okay, I watched my footage back. I had to watch I was like, I'm not refilming that. I don't have it in me. I can't fucking believe I'm sitting here doing this right now. I watched my footage back. I remember. Nancy is not wearing a full face of makeup. It's the 90s. And in the 90s, the kids didn't have... It was 1996. The kids did not have beauty gurus. The kids did not have, you know, the Instagram and the TikToks and as my dad calls it, the TikToks, the Instagrams and the YouTubes gurus. They weren't wearing full faces of makeup. You could see their freckles. You could see their skin. And so I'm watching and I'm looking at these interpretations of Nancy's skin, and they are modern interpretations of Nancy's makeup, but I want to be realistic with it. And you can see Nancy's freckles. You can see Nancy's skin. So that's what I'm going to do. As close to Fairuza Balk's original look as possible, which means I'm not going to be putting on a bunch of foundation and contouring my face and doing what I've seen other people do. I want to take that look and put it on my face. You know what I'm saying? Also, I'm trying to wear necklaces today and trying to not become overstimulated by it. We will fucking see how well that goes. Probably not very well. Lost one of my barrettes. It fell on the floor, which means it belongs to the floor now. I am gonna put on a little bit of powder. I am going to put on a little bit of powder foundation, my Infallible, just to kind of take away a little bit of my grease off of my face. I guess we could talk about the craft and how much I love it and how it came out right before my 7th birthday, and how I owned a copy of it on VHS, and how I had no business at 6, nearly 7 years old owning it on VHS, but I did because I had really young parents that basically allowed me to be feral. I had basically no limitations on what I was allowed to like, and it was both equally a good and bad thing, and that it was a very big introduction to the occult for me, even though growing up it was all around me. I was, you know, how I've talked about it before on my channel. growing up, you know, my parents were, you know, bikers and metalheads, and I grew up around cousins that were punks and goths, and my mom was like super into Ghost and like watched a lot of shit on TV about you know, witches and shit like that, but it really, really got me into shit that I now, as a grown-ass adult, realize was me doing witchcraft as a child. That was what got me into it, so I guess I have it to thank for that. It's hard to find a good shot of her eyebrows that isn't like a moving thing of her eyebrows. A gif of her eyebrows. Because those are her eyebrows. And it's hard to like recreate like real eyebrows. You know what I mean? Like those aren't drawn on. I'm sure that they put like a little bit of brow powder in them. But it's hard to like recreate somebody's natural brows. But bitch, we're gonna try. We're gonna try. Fairuza Balk is so pretty, and she still looks like exactly the fucking same. Alright, let me get my damn brow brush. I'm gonna try this little son of a bitch Wet n Wild brush because I don't feel like tearing my stuff up. I have a couple ones here. A couple, like, I have a smaller one here and a bigger one here. I'm so confused. I usually just, like, slap my fucking eyebrows on, like, how they usually go on, but I'm gonna try. These are, like, my eyebrows in their full glory. How they go on is how they're on. And that's the best they can do. You're doing great, sweetie, because that's, like, it. That's all you can do. I need a better picture, actually. I need a better picture than what I have pulled up on my phone. Like low and kind of rounded at the ends. They're low and they're like lower. She kind of scowls, like naturally, like I do. They're like lower. And they kind of do what mine do, where they stick up here and then they go... I really do have a resting bitch face. She does too, so I guess just draw them on, girlfriend. Alright, so mine are a little thicker than hers, but I'm not really that worried about it because I don't have on my eye makeup yet. And I feel like when I get my eye makeup on, it'll kind of balance it out a little bit. I always feel like my eyebrows look thick even when they're thin, when I don't have my eye makeup on. But listen, there are like a couple like parts of the movie when she is wearing like thick black eyeliner, or not eyeliner, eye makeup. Well, obviously she's wearing thick, but guys, not sleeping a lot. Enough. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm not going back and re-recording this. I refuse. And also, I don't have time. There are, like, scenes in the movie when she does have thicker, like, more eye makeup on. But I'm going for the scenes where she's at school and she's wearing, like, gray eye makeup with eyeliner on. So, I am going to be using this gray eye makeup by Maybelline. I do have some CoverGirl gray eyeshadow, but it's busted all to shit. There is like very, very, very few gray eyeshadow that I can afford. Every time that I talk about the fact that like gray eyeshadow is hard to find, I usually get somebody that recommends some. Guys, I'm broke. I'm poor. There's very few brands that I can afford. I'm thinking about trying like the gray ColourPop. You know what I'm talking about? How they put out their like black and white collection. I don't even fucking know what it's called. But I'm still salty towards them about the Twilight shit. I don't want to talk about it. Anyways, I'm going to put on some of this. It might be cheating a little bit, but I'm a fucking grease trap. And then I'm going to put some of this on, and I don't need to talk about it because I'm just going to do it. Okay? Okay. All right. So why don't we talk about a conversation that's going to probably have... Why don't we talk about a conversation? Why don't we talk about a conversation, guys? Why don't we talk about a conversation? Why don't we have a conversation that's probably going to have you guys throwing fucking tomatoes at me? And it's just going to have to be what it'll be. It's just going to have to fucking be what it'll be, baby. It was meant to be, you know? Nancy's a villain, and it took me a really long time to realize it. Doesn't mean that she's not iconic. It doesn't mean that she's not likable. It doesn't mean, like, she's a bad character, because obviously she's a fucking amazing character, or else people wouldn't love her. That doesn't mean that, like, we have to hate her. It doesn't mean we have to hate the movie, but bitch, she's a villain. Let's talk about it. We love her because she escapes poverty. I mean, let's think about the fact that there's a scene where she's laying in her bed in her trailer and the water's dripping on her head. And then, oh my gosh, in the same, movie, she ends up in a penthouse with her mom. Let's talk about the fact that she gets her redemption from her piece of shit stepdad. Kills him. Let's talk about the fact that she gets redemption from the piece of shit man that hurt her and her friend. Well, the girl she claimed that she was friends with, but secretly didn't like. I don't think she liked anyone. That's all satisfying. To see somebody, have their moment is satisfying. It's satisfying. But also, she was a villain. She was mean. She was hateful. She was spiteful. She psychologically tortured somebody because she was jealous. She psychologically tortured somebody because she was jealous. Think about what she did to Sarah. Think about what she did with Sarah. She tried to get Sarah to take her own life by filling her head with images of things that she feared the most. Bugs, snakes, tried to convince her that her parents had died in a plane crash, tried to convince her that she's the one that was responsible for her mother's death because her mom died in childbirth. And then when Sarah wouldn't do it, she's like, oh, you won't do it to yourself, so I'll do it to you. That's not a good person. That's not a good person. I feel like the relationship that she had with her friends, she did, but she didn't like them. She cared for them, but she didn't really care for them. I feel like at first she did, but then she didn't. You know what I mean? Like when she went after Chris for Sarah, I feel like she was angry, but it was partially motivated by selfishness. You know what I mean? Like she was angry for what he did to Sarah, but that was partially because of what he did to her as well. And she is the embodiment. The scene when she's floating across the floor and she's screaming about jealous, and she's talking about you're nothing, you're shit, and she's whipping around and she's saying, he's sorry, and he flies out the window. That is such a great depiction of female rage. I think that makes her lovable. Maybe that's weird of me to say. Maybe I should be studied for that. But I think it makes her endearing, especially to a lot of women. I do. I think it makes her iconic to a lot of women. But it took me a really, really, really long time to realize Nancy's a villain. Does it make her, less iconic? No. Does it mean that I don't like her? No, but her character has so much depth that it just makes me love her more. She's not a real person. These are not real events, but she's still a fucking villain. She's still a fucking villain. You know what's really funny? I say all the time, now is the end, let her go in peace. Where the fuck do you think I got it from? The Craft. I do think it's wild that the movie is like so well written that I didn't realize until recently that Bonnie and Raquel don't even have last names. Bonnie and Raquel, despite having their own little complex, semi-complex stories, they don't even have last names. I think that's pretty cool. I'm also trying to talk and do my eyeliner at the same time. It's not working out very well. How much do you want to bet that just like on her top lid, they just put like pencil eyeliner? But they have like good pencil eyeliner, like MAC pencil eyeliner, so it wasn't like, not 99-cent LA Colors eyeliner, so it like stayed. How much you want to bet that's what they did? Not all of us that are trying to recreate these looks have access to the actual makeup. Me, I'm gonna try to be as close as I can be, as close to the actual thing as possible. Meanwhile, they're definitely using like very expensive makeup with like these high dollar fucking like Hollywood like makeup artists. And here I am with my fucking clearance aisle makeup. My cheap makeup that was marked down even cheaper. I love life. I love being alive. I love being a human. By the way, I'm smudging this liner. By the way, I'm removing this liner in small chunks because I'm forgetting that it's cheap gel liner. Sorry. Alright, I'm trying to, like, every picture that I can find, it's like a moving GIF. And it's fucking with me badly. Also, I found this lip shade. Don't look at my hair poking out. It matches the bottom of the hair. So leave it alone. I don't mind if it pokes out. I don't mind if it pokes out. The top of her eyes, I'm pretty sure they just put a little bit of pencil on the top. But I don't want to do that. Close your, the closest that I have to her with her eyes closed is like her rolling her eyes. Let's see here. Let's see here. I need you with your eyes closed. Are there any pictures of you with your eyes closed, please? Stop being pretty as well. You're making me feel bad. Why can't I be? Oh, that's kind of close. Okay, so her eye makeup, the gray, that's as close as I'm coming. Okay, so I think they just kind of lined her lash line and then did mascara. Absolutely no lashes. And her brows were like more chunky here and then thinner out here. There's no way. Bitch, there's no way. There's no way. Those are all her. That's all her. That's all you, baby. I think they just kind of like lined like right here, like her waterline. Like right here. I like how I fucking did that accidentally. Oops. They probably just like did this. Lined this, and it just looks pretty because she's pretty. So that's a thing. That's a thing. Oh my god. Anytime that I try something different, which by different I mean it's just like not what I normally do, I just think that I look weird and awful. And it's anytime that I do my makeup without a wing, I think I just look fucking weird. I just don't like the shape of my eyes. That's what it is. That's what it is. I'm like, can I add a wing to this? Can I just do not at all what the look is? And can I add a wing to it? We're not gonna do it. We're not gonna do it. We're not gonna steer from the path. We're gonna do it. Okay. She's just pretty. Fairuza Balk is just pretty. Do you guys like that during the filming of the movie, she was like helping them and steering them to like be respectful because she owned, or I think she closed it down not that long ago, she owned like a witchcraft shop. She was a practicing Wiccan for a long time. She probably still is. I don't think she ever stopped. But she, during the movie, was like helping the director and stuff with what was respectful and everything like that. And she kind of like guided the production of the movie on, we can't do this, we can't do that, this would be respectful, this wouldn't be respectful. And she did so well with the role that, like, when I saw her in Waterboy, it, like, jarred me on how, like, silly and, like, cute she can be, because she just played that, like, dark, mean role so well. I just love her. Okay. I need to repeat what I did on this eye. Why? This is like so not complicated. I'm going to tell myself that I haven't slept, but it's probably just that I have piss poor hands-eye coordination, and my makeup, when I do my makeup, it's fucking muscle memory. And so my hands and my brain are like, what the fuck are you doing? Hooka, what are you doing? This is not what we do. Stabbing ourselves in the eye, yeah, it is. What do you mean? Yes, it is. See, the problem that I have is, like, how do you get it down on your, like, all the way down to your eyelashes without stabbing the piss out of your eye? How do you do, like, this is taking me longer than it does for me to do, like, a full beat, because it's not muscle memory for me. I'm gonna do my this stuff. My this stuff. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Stop fucking around. We're gonna do my mascara. Maybe that'll help me knock a fucking couple brain cells loose. And also I'm having a hot flash. Did I show you guys the lipstick that I found that I think will be about the closest thing that I have? I don't normally wear berries, like berry colored lipsticks, because I wore the shit out of them in the 2000s when I was in high school. So now when I wear them, I don't like them. They're one of those things that I wore the shit out of, so much so that now I'm just like... But Nancy wore them, and we're trying to remain true to character. So here we are, and we're going to do it. We're taking one for the team. We're taking one for the Nancy. All right, so this is the color that we're using. Don't pay attention to the clearance sticker on it, and don't pay attention to the fact that I put my nails on and I didn't paint them. I don't care. It's the Revolution, or not Revolution. See, that's how fucking cheap I am. I'm not cheap, I'm broke, and also I'm cheap. It's the Revlon Ultra HD, infatuation, blah, 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 blah. And I'm very fucking tempted to put on lip liner, but I don't. They lined her lips. So this is what they're gonna put on. I hate this formula. I just need to go through my makeup bag and throw all of these away. Or not throw them away, give them away to somebody, because I just don't like the formula. I think this is the closest shade that I have. Sorry if you could hear that. Oh, wow. It's awful. Why am I fighting with far away? Mirror when I have one right here. Why be stupid hard when you could be stupid smart? One moment. Yo, I had to fucking fight that lipstick. Never again. Never again. Anyways, Don't look at the horns on my hoodie. They're broken. They won't stay up. They just want to flop forward. Don't look at them, okay? This is the final product. On my 3 hours of sleep, this is the final product. Don't look too close. Boy.